Hey guys, and welcome to another Judging Crash Course video. I'm Nathan, and I'll be walking you guys through the Innovate Award. So practically what I'm going to be talking about in this video is starting with what is the Innovate Award. I'll be talking about the basic description and order of advancement of the award, along with a few other key things. Then I'll go through a detailed walkthrough of the rubric for this award. After that, I'll give you past examples of subsystems we use for Innovate Award, along with examples other teams used. And then I'll end it off with helpful tips and tricks that should help you with this award. So, what is the Innovate Award? This award is used to represent a team who took an innovative and unique approach to a task on the field this year. It can be any element or subsystem in your robot. It can even be the whole robot. And the system doesn't have to work the best out of all the teams, it just has to work consistently. The Innovate Award is the 12th spot to advance in the tournament, just after finalist align's first pick. So it's one of the higher up awards to advance. And in my personal opinion, it's one of the harder awards to go for. Most of the time it requires you to go against the common game meta or common design that works efficiently. Of course, this is not always the case, but it's harder to add a unique twist onto a common thing robots have. So next up, we'll be going through the requirements. So, as with every award, a team must show gracious professionalism to everyone they meet. This is a requirement for every award, just a standard that teams must show. Along with that, a team must submit an engineering notebook. It includes the building and progression that your Innovate subsystem took through your design process. So judges really want to see the progression of your system and see it documented really in your engineering section. You also want to make it easy for judges to view and find these entries, so I recommend you flag them, which we'll talk about in later videos. And of course, the Innovate component must be elegant in its design and must approach the game in a unique way or fashion. And along with being unique, it also has to look good. Judges don't want just a thrown together cardboard or Lexan mock-up. They want to see you really thought out the design, you created it in CAD beforehand, and just see the whole engineering design progression with it. Another requirement for this award is unique components must be stable, robust, and reliable during matches. Although it doesn't have to work all the time, your component must work the majority of the matches. It doesn't have to work the best also, but of course the more it works, the better it will look for the award. And the last requirement is robot design is effective and consistent with your team's plan and strategy for the season. This practically means that first wants you to set goals for your robot beforehand or as you're building them to practically keep up and see if your robot reaches those requirements. And this is especially important and it's always good to set both qualitative and quantitative goals for your robot, whether that be you want your robot to go 5 feet per second, or you want your robot to work consistently during all your matches. It's just good to keep track of these goals throughout the season in your engineering section or in your appendixes, which we'll talk about all that in the Think Award video coming up. Now on to past innovative components. So what I'm showing you right now is our intake for Relic Recovery, which was the 2017 through 2018 FTC season. And practically what this did was picked up big foam cubes and we practically stacked them and then put them into columns in what we called the crypto box. So this design was different from all the other designs because it had a diagonal shape to it, so it sucked in the cubes diagonally instead of just straight on. And the common meta that year was actually bots that took in the cubes and then brought them through the system. Ours didn't do that, it just picked them up, we stacked them, and then we turned around and brought them over. It wasn't the most efficient design, but it allowed us to win the Innovate Award at our state tournament. Another example of what teams used for an Innovative Award was 9956, the NAX robot for Rover Ruckus, which was the 2018 through 2019 season. So in this game, you practically had to pick up little cubes and spheres from marked area. And what the knack did is, opposed to the meta that year, which was extending an arm into the crater, picking up the elements, bringing it back in, dumping it into an outtake system, which then shot out diagonally or vertically up. The knack actually, like most teams, shot an arm into the crater, picked up the elements, but instead of having an arm that goes straight out the back of the robot, they had to go out the side, which made them compatible with other teams and also helped them when they're on a different side of the lander. In fact, this design won them the Innovate Award at Worlds that year. Now we're moving on to the tips and tricks of how you can win the Innovate Award. So the first one is make sure to flag at least one entry detailing the fabrication or development of your innovative component. Since judges don't read through your whole engineering notebook, it's important to at least flag an entry to make it easily accessible for judges. And I recommend a max of 2 entries because flags are so vital for all the awards. And we'll talk about flags more in the Think Award video. The next tip is to plan out your Innovate Award. Don't just throw stuff together and expect it to work. Judges really want to see you practically go through your engineering process of starting with basic concepts and designs and bringing that through CAD, drawings, and then going to prototyping and then actually fabricating the system. Of course, CAD is a major way for you to plan out the robot, and it is very easy to captivate the judges. And also, prototypes are some of the best forms of planning. Judges love to see and interact with them, whether it's in the judging room or in your pits. Prototypes also let you know if your design works before you actually build the final subsystem, which can save a lot of time. So the next tip is don't feel like you can't change your innovative component. If you feel like it's too hard to use as your innovate component, make sure to change it instead of locking in on it. It's much easier to switch components than go with a component that you think won't work. And of course, this goes along with keeping a component that's not working on your robot because you use it as your innovate concept is one of the worst things to do. It hinders your efficiency of your robot and can sometimes make your robot non-competitive. Of course, this does not mean to scrap everything right away because most ideas can be improved upon. And the last tip and trick is to iterate your innovate component. Most of the time, your first build won't work efficiently or won't work at all even. Iterating allows you to practically increase upon that design, making it look better, making it have better function, and making it more reliable. And of course, judges love to see you walk through the different iterations. So now we're moving on to practically homework for rookie teams to do. In order to help them organize and help them be more productive in their goal of achieving the Innovate Award, we've provided some objectives to practically have them start and work out. So take inspiration. Look at previous Innovate Award winners, either in your state or in the world, and see what types of designs met the Innovate Award criteria. Next one is try brainstorming as a team. Look at previous FTC games and think of innovative components for that game. This is very helpful because it gives you as a rookie team experience of thinking things through before actually building it, and it's good practice for when the season starts. And last one is start documenting. Practice creating engineering notebook entries with the innovative designs you thought of. Make sure to include pictures and drawings of your concept. This is practically just to get you used to actually creating your engineering notebook entries during the season. Okay guys, that's all for the Innovate Award. Make sure to leave a comment below if you have any questions or you think we missed something. And I hope to see you guys in next week's video about the Connect Award.